Spring has officially sprung in Charlottesville. It is a picture-perfect day at the Dish for Game 2 of this heavyweight ACC series between the number 24 Wake Forest Demon Deacons and the number 9 Virginia Cavaliers. We welcome you inside the broadcast booth alongside former Baltimore Orioles pitcher Tyler Wilson. I'm Eric Bach. Tyler, last night the Hoos did what they do on offense. 10 runs once again, and they jumped on Wake Forest early.
Well, Eric Becker led off the game with a first pitch home run. They hung 5 on the Demon Deacons, 21 pitches into the game, and they really did not look back from there, scoring in a variety of different ways.
Today will be must-see TV, though, as the Deeks send their horse, Chris Lavonis, taking on this powerful lineup.
Well, you said it, Eric, right there. If the Demon Deacons are going to slow down this offense in any way, they're certainly sending their horse to the mound. Chris Lavonis leading the ACC in strikeouts by 10 coming into the weekend, 3rd in the entire country, and it is absolute electricity. He's got a fastball that's going to touch 100, maybe even a little bit more, elite slider, elite curveball, a changeup that almost functions like a sinker in the low 90s, and boy, is he a bulldog out there on the mound.
And for the Hoos, Max Stammel has pitched 6 innings in each of his first 2 ACC starts and has been reliable as anyone.
That's exactly right. Reliability is the key right here for Stammel. Zach Kowski with a big outing last night has set the template for Stammel to show up here on Saturday and do the exact same thing. A little bit higher arm slot than we saw from Zach Kowski last night. More of a true downer breaking ball rather than the sweeper that we saw from Henry, and he's an ultra competitor as well.
There he is, the sophomore from Dallas, Texas, one of the many that followed this coaching staff from Durham to Charlottesville. As Chris Pollard took over, take a look at the numbers. 22 2/3, the whip just over 1. Not a huge strikeout guy. What's the scouting report, Tyler?
Yeah, like we said, Max, a little bit higher slot left-hander than the Demon Deacons saw from Zach Kowski last night. Good, deep breaking ball. He really needs to establish the inner half of that plate. Learn from the exact same success plan that Henry had last night. Most important for him to take care of the 6 through 9 hitters. The top 5 guys on Wake are going to get theirs, but if Max can handle the bottom half of the lineup, manage the game, he's going to set the Hoos up for success.
Javar Williams leads it off for the Deeks, trying to break a 4-game ACC losing streak. The first pitch is outside for ball 1 on a perfect day for baseball here at the Dish. You can't draw it up any better than this.
It is perfect. Couldn't be any nicer out here today.
It's a swing for Williams and a flare to right field for Tiroli. It's off his glove and down on the grass for a leadoff single. Williams had a couple of hits last night. He leads off today with the base knock. Let's take a look at the batting order for the Deeks. That batting average for Williams in ACC play only going up with that single, but how about 517 in conference play coming in?
517 is just incredible. On base, constantly on base machine, super dangerous when he finds his way onto the base paths. Had his 18th stolen base in the nightcap last night, and he is going to do some damage anytime he's out there.
Also leads the ACC in stolen bases. You see 18 for 20 there. Already has surpassed his 2025 stolen base total. It's not even April yet. Cade Lewis is in the box, and he takes a fastball to the outer edge for a called strike 1. You mentioned the top of the lineup for Wake Forest last night did its job. Lewis 2 for 4 with a walk. He punches one past the mound. This will be a tough spot for Becker. He picks it up and throws him out.
Great play right there by Becker coming in. Really his only option to get an out there coming across the diamond. Really functions almost like a bunt there for Cade Lewis, getting Javar into scoring position. Demon Deacons are certainly going to try to put together some more quality at bats like they did in the back half of last game and just take what Stammel's given them.
You noticed A.J. Grassi at first base there. Sam Harris is not in the lineup today. He was a little bit banged up in last night's game, and his backup at first base, Antonio Parada, was pinch hit for in the middle of last night's game. So Gracia moves to first. That bumps Zach Jackson over to center. And Griffin Ennis makes his first start in ACC play in right field, his first game since the start of the month. So some reshuffling needed to be done today for Chris Pollard.
Definitely a different lineup. I'm excited to see what AJ can do over there at first base. Obviously a guy with all the physical talent in the world. Anytime you take an outfielder, change his perspective, move him over there into the infield, the game gets a little bit closer to him, gets a little different angle, but a guy with so much upside and so much talent can show just a little different tool in his toolbox now, putting on the first baseman's mitt.
There's that signature changeup from Stammel to Dalton Wentz for strike 1. Wentz 3 for 4 with a walk last night. There it is again. It's 0-2. Wake Forest out-hit Virginia by 4 and lost the game by 4. Just didn't really make a whole lot of sense. The Hoos definitely took advantage of some defensive mistakes for the Deacs.
Yeah, exactly like you said. The UVA did a great job. Threw some crooked numbers up, a 5-spot and a 3-spot. Just took what Wake gave them. As we got deeper into the game, though, you saw Wake start stringing together some at-bats, working a lot of deep counts. Their offensive philosophy is to draw pitches out of the starting pitcher, try to get into the bullpen. They did a great job of that, getting to Hartman and then Kappa live at the end of the game. And they're going to try to take that same approach from pitch 1 here, coming out against Max Stamel.
Wentz, you saw the numbers earlier, enjoying a great season. OPS over 1,000. He's got 14 extra base hits. Stamel's 1-2. He's called strike 3. The beauty of a changeup wiggles its way across the inner edge.
Just a great pitch right there. Front door changeup, it seemed like, from up here. Got another one almost on accident, but what just a great job of executing. I love how he a swing, a foul ball, then a swing and miss from Wentz there. Stamel slows it down, couple inside moves, pushes reset on timing there for Wentz and gets him to take.
First pitch swing for Luke Costello and a fly ball to right field for Griffin Ennis. The new guy out there squeezes it, and the side is retired. A 0 in the first around a leadoff single for Max Stamel, and the Hoos hit next. Wake Forest trying to break a 4-game conference losing streak, and who better to send to the mound than one of the top arms in college baseball?
And this is a ticket that is worth the price of admission here to see Lavonis pitch. 4 wins, leads the Demon Deacons. 51 strikeouts, leads the conference. Took a tough L last Saturday in a 2-0 game against Florida State. So coming into today, he's just got to continue to stay in his mindset, stay in his approach, not try to do too much. So what if we give up a run here and there? Continue to trust your stuff. It's electric, like we talked about at the top. A fastball that's going to touch 100, a deep, sharp slider that it's going to get a lot of swing and miss, and a changeup that's in the low 90s, almost functions like a dead fastball or a hard sinker to get at the bottom of the zone.
Take a look at the starting 9 for the Virginia Cavaliers. Eric Becker and A.J. Gracia always at the top. But with Sam Harris out today, Harrison Didowick slots up, and it just kind of changes things, changes the vibes a little bit for the Hoos.
Definitely does. Definitely changes the sequence of the lineup. Excited to see Griffin Ennis get it down there, and what a ticket to get it for his first at-bats in 3 weeks. But Eric Becker does a great job setting the table at the top of the lineup, leads the team in doubles, hits his 4th home run last night to lead off the game, and is the perfect epitome of what a trendsetter, table setter is in the leadoff spot.
That was the first pitch of the game right there. The second time this year that Becker has homered on the first pitch the opponent starter has thrown. And that's just demoralizing. So if Lavonis can avoid that, he's already off to a better start than Morningstar got off to yesterday.
That's right. That's right. And that's what Lavonis is thinking out there. Set a tone, get in the game, find a way to get some momentum into the game. It felt like yesterday, you know, they were, again, 5 runs, 21 pitches into the game. Wake Forest hadn't even had a chance to breathe before they were already down 5. Lavonis needs to find a way to allow that to happen so that they can even get into the flow of the game today.
The first fastball was 99. Here's the 1-0. 99 again, 1-1.
That's pretty special arm right there, coming out 99 out of the gate for the first 2 pitches. Gets a swing and miss on a 1-0 heater from a pretty talented left-handed hitter right here, I think is the depiction of what today's going to come.
This is a towering pop-up to the right side of the infield for the first baseman, Cade Lewis. Right at the edge of the shadow, it finally comes down. And Becker is retired to open the bottom of the first. So now it's first baseman A.J. Gracia. The top 2 first basemen for the Hoos unavailable today. Gracia is apparently the 3rd option. He does have a little bit of experience, played 5 games at first at Duke in his first couple years. But a pretty small sample size. He's going to be the same hitter, though. It's ball 1 inside.
Typical A.J. Gracia right there, seeing something deep in the zone. I don't expect him to get outside of his comfort zone just because of what Lavonis is bringing today. I expect he'll take some pitches, get on time, see 100, make sure that his foot's down and he's ready to go. But I don't think Lavonis, as talented as he is going to be able to sneak too many things by Gracia. He's certainly going to be ready.
These are two guys that will almost certainly be taken in the first round facing off. Gracia this draft, Lavonis next draft. Averages 97.6 with the fastball, as you saw in the open. It's just not stuff that these guys are used to seeing day by day.
The velocity that we see in the game right now is, I mean, just higher than it's ever been. The talent, the arm talent across the country is higher than it's ever been. We're looking at a guy right here in Lavonis that averages over 97 miles an hour, second in the country in terms of average fastball velocity. But his usage of that pitch is almost barely a third of the time, which one, just I think, is a tribute to the talent of the hitters, but two, just how confident he is in his secondary stuff as well. A guy that has a chance to be the first overall pick in next year's MLB draft.
His 2-2 pitch to Gracia is outside at 100. It's the third triple-digit fastball this first inning by my count. It's 3-2.
And I can tell you, if there was ever a time I threw 100 miles an hour in my career, I would not be throwing anything but that, buddy. That is all you would see. But he's got a little more poise and moxie than I ever did.
3-2, and he strikes out Gracia with a nasty hook. Well, the full arsenal was on display there. And if he can get through this first inning cleanly, and he's doing better than a lot of the people that have faced Virginia early in the game there. But man, you see 100 and then that.
It's a beautiful breaking ball right there. True downer curveball. When you see heaters at the top of the zone, it changes the hitter's perspective so that when they see a curveball coming off of the same plane, really difficult to be on time for both 100 at the top of the zone and a low 80s true downer curveball at the bottom right there.
Foul ball back by Harrison Diduick. You'll see the numbers here for UVA in the first inning. Just an unbelievable job by this offense early to jump on opposing starters. It's 1-1 on Diduick. 17-0 when they score in the first inning, and outscoring opponents 52-13.
That is a staggering number. Certainly coming out of the gate strong. They have an approach. UVA offense has been known to take away fastballs against starting pitchers when they come into the game. They're not going to get beat. They're going to be on time at least for that pitch, and then they'll adjust off of that.
See if Diduick actually did go here. That is right on the line. Ryan DeBrouwer on the call there at third. Diduick gets a little piece of that breaking ball. It's still 1-2. Diduick had the big 2-out, 2-run double in the first inning last night to really get the ball rolling for this Virginia offense. Also had a sac fly later in the game, so 3 RBIs in the series opener. And on a 1-2 pitch, he yanks it foul. Look out over there. Beautiful day at the Dish, 75 degrees at first pitch. And the fans still filing in for this top 25 matchup, the first ranked versus ranked matchup here since 2024. Diduick's fighting hard. It's still 1-2.
And you see the pitch before that, Lavonis runs a cutter in on Diduick's hands right there. There's not really anything you can do other than yank it foul, just like he did right there. What does he do? He comes back with a 94-mile-an-hour changeup that's going the opposite direction, but in the same tunnel. Looks the same, but goes the other way.
Good leave there, 2-2. Diduick, just the 2 home runs, and obviously in 2024 he had 23. That tied the single-season program record. He's 14 off the career program record here, and obviously he's not on pace to do it, but the Hoos would love if he could pick up that power a little bit. Lavonis was walking to the dugout thinking that was strike 3. Matthew Schaefer, the home plate umpire, says ball 3, and it's 3-2.
Good take right there by Diduick, and I think this is just a credit to the evolution of his game. As you mentioned, 23 homers 2 years ago, but swing and miss has always been a part of the package. He's really worked on cutting that down this year.
Check the swing and did not go this time. It's ball 4, and that is a quality AB for Diduik, and he's fired up about it as he should be.
Absolutely. Great at bat. Again, just to finish that point, it's exactly what the maturation of Harrison Diduik has been over the last 2 years. To go from a guy that was 23 homers, program record, in love with the long ball, and did it with regularity to a tougher season last year, and now is shortened his swing up, using the left side of the field a lot more, driving the ball to right field when off speed is up in the zone like we saw him do last night. But most importantly, cutting down on that swing and miss, getting deeper into counts, and having just much, much more productive at bats.
Home plate umpire Schaefer steps out, and I don't know what his message for Levonis there was. Something about eye contact, maybe. So here's Joe Tiroli, who had the rare night of driving in 3 runs last night without a base hit. It's a hard thing to do in baseball, but Tiroli did it, and he takes a first pitch strike. Had an RBI on an error, drove in a run on a fielder's choice, and had a bases loaded walk.
Productive at bats, right? Taking what the game gives you. We talked about that all night last night, and UVA did a great job of that, getting out hit 11-7 by Wake Forest, but outscoring them by 4 in the opposite direction. Credit to Tiroli making driving in runs without even having to get hits to do it.
He's got 22 knocked in on the year for the rider transfer that's been pretty much the everyday second baseman. Had that broken foot in November that limited his offseason, but he DH'd on opening weekend and has been playing the field ever since then. Metro Atlantic Player of the Year last year at Rider. Ready's up for an 0-2 from Levonis. Here it is. That's a good stop by Jimmy Keenan to keep it in front. But just to finish the point on Diduik, obviously, I'm sure the Hoos would love for him to hit more home runs, but they're not concerned about it. They think his approach is great. He's more gap to gap, a little bit more line drive. So Chris Pollard thinks that he's in a better spot than he was even in 2024 offensively.
And just imagine if he can start to piece it together. Guys like Diddy and Tiroli, if they can start finding their power to go along with Harris and Gracia, the offense that's already 5th in the country in total home runs could take even another step.
Another narrow miss there. And all of a sudden, Levonis is about to throw his 23rd pitch of the first inning on a 2-2. Tiroli hits another sky-high pop-up to center field. Javar Williams says he has it, and he does, to retire the side. A 2-out walk doesn't hurt Levonis, and we're scoreless after 1 on a beautiful Saturday in Charlottesville.